Good afternoon, and welcome to the first episode of The Flip Side. My name is Eric Jorgensen. I'm a financial planner with Main Street Financial Planning Incorporated. I serve the Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area. Today, I'm just here to talk about what The Flip Side is, the purpose of the show, and give an overview of what we can expect every month when I come and talk or bring guests to talk on the flip side. So the purpose of this show is to really cut through the noise of everybody telling you what you need to do to worry about financial planning, and to explain that financial planning can and should be much more than just worrying about what's in your retirement account and how much money you're investing in which stocks, and which stocks should you pick. I believe that a financial plan, a comprehensive financial plan, should also include things that maybe you're not being talked to about. Your car purchases. If you want to buy a car every couple of years, it's important to build that in your plan. Those expenses don't go away, and if you're not planning for it, it can get you in a lot of trouble. And then homes, should you buy or should you rent? It's not necessarily the perfect solution for everybody to buy a house. Some people, renting makes more sense. But it's important you have discussions around it, and you decide what's important for you. And then within the community that I'm a part of, the special needs community, I have a son with autism, and I've learned that it can be very distracting to try to get your arms around everything that comes along with having a family member with a disability. And sometimes it's easy to overlook the fact that you need to plan for yourself first. You need to put on your own oxygen mask. So what I really want to focus on in that world is, one, help families understand they're not alone. Two, let families know what resources are out there. Not every resource is free. Some of them you're going to have to pay for, and some resources are better than others. But at least make you aware what those resources are and how you can go about finding them. And then three, helping you decide what's the right path for you. Sometimes when you're being bombarded with all the things you need to do, perhaps your child or sibling needs therapies, or you have an IEP meeting and you're making the transition out of school. You have all these additional inputs coming at you saying, we need a decision on this, we need a decision on that. It becomes very, very easy to lose sight of what you need to do for yourself. So part of the purpose and mission of this show is going to be helping you take a step back by addressing some of those one at a time. Now, I've been asked, how does any of that have to do a financial plan? What does that have to do with my finances? Well, directly, perhaps nothing. But let's think about the impact of being able to think about retirement, or think about college for your child without a disability if you have more than one child. How can you plan for that if you're so overwhelmed with the things you're dealing with the disability, or with a parent who may need extra care? So to take it all into context, we want to address what your immediate concerns are, help get those identified and mitigated. Sometimes that means putting it off because it's not an immediate issue. Don't buy trouble. So put it off to the side for now, address the more immediate issue. Sometimes it means referring you to an expert, referring you to a resource that can help you. I'll be bringing experts on to talk to them and to get a feel for what they do, have them share what they do, and explain when you should be pursuing them or when you should be reaching out to them. Because this is going to help you focus on your plan. Is it time for you to take a step back and say, okay, school's out for the summer. I don't have any IEP meetings. I've got them set up for the extended school year or summer camp or whatever it is. I can take some time for me. Now is the time for me to sit down and focus on, what do I need? Do I have my finances in order? Do I know what my budget is? Do I know how much I'm spending every month? Do I know what my goals are? Or am I just strictly living for the day-to-day activity of my child or sibling? It's important that you're living for yourself as well. That's something I think, again, gets lost in the sauce. Let's start worrying about you. Doesn't mean we're going to neglect whoever you're caring for, but it does mean we're going to take care of you. So that's the purpose of this show. It's going to be every month. And every month it's going to be a different topic. Most of them are going to be concentrated around the disability world, because I do see a lot of great materials out there for the traditional planning. I think there's a lot of great resources out there for traditional planning. What I haven't seen a lot of is for families like mine who have an individual with a disability living with them, and what we need to do to make sure that, one, we have a great quality of life, and two, the individual living with us has just as good of a life when we're gone as they do while we're alive. And finally, not losing sight of the fact that we are individuals and we deserve to have a certain quality of life, whatever that means to you. It doesn't mean that you're living strictly for the individual you're caring for. And it's important that even if it's nothing more than getting respite care, you're doing something to take care of yourself. So that's the purpose of the show. That's the content I will be discussing primarily. I will be bringing in, people like mortgage brokers, disability attorneys, advocates, things of that nature, some of the experts I'll be interviewing. And I'm also going to be touching on veteran benefits, because I feel that's another area where people who, like myself, either don't know what's available to them or just don't know where to start. So that, again, the purpose of this show is, let's identify where to really start and what's noise and what's important. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next month.